Greetings, my name is Kevin Matthews and I am the tax professor. Welcome back to class. Remember, class was never out of session because the learning never stops. And so today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. I get this one, I get this one a lot. Can I deduct my club dues? And here's the thing. Generally, I always thought, well, no. But it's always something that kind of gets brought up. And the reason why is because, I think it's very interesting. And look, I don't blame clients for doing this. If I, if I didn't understand tax rules, I probably would try to do the same darn thing too. Here in the Washington D.C. metro area, there's various clubs that the country clubs that you can belong to. There's some of them that I like to call cowboy clubs. So they're the initiation fee is like $300, $400 or whatever, and then the monthly dues that they have is only like a couple $100 a month. And then there's a couple others around here that are some pretty darn expensive ones, and I'm not going to name names, but I know of two specifically where the initiation fee is $80,000, and then after that you're paying something in the neighborhood of $750 to $1,000 a month just for the membership. Forget golf, forget the golf cart fees, forget all of the dinners that you're going to go to. You are paying buku bucks for these things. Now, in theory, a lot of times businesses will want to do this because if you think about it, hey, come be one of my clients. Look, I'm a member of the local country club. You want to come out and you want to be one of my clients? I'll take you out here every now and then. We'll go ahead and we'll talk, we'll play golf, and we'll talk a little bit about business. It sort of makes sense in a sense because if I can take you to a Washington Nationals game and be able to write that off as entertainment, shouldn't I be able to write off a portion of this as entertainment? Now, one thing we're going to talk about is that in 2018, a lot of the entertainment rules completely changed. So that's neither here nor there. But the fact of the matter is, this was a common question that we always get. Can I go get this country club membership and be able to write this off? I'm a member of the the Army-Navy Club of Washington, D.C. I use it frequently to meet with clients, because they have a beautiful library. They have a wonderful business center that I can actually go and I can tell clients, instead of me going down to a local Regis office and spending $70, $80, $90, $100, for an hour or 2 hours of an office use, I go to the club. I sit down with them. I talk to them about their things, and then when I get done, I can run downstairs to the casual lounge and I can go get lunch. It's just a great deal overall. It's something that I really enjoy. Can I get a tax deduction off of that? And you're going to find out that the answer is no, you can't. Okay, so there's some parts that could be deductible, and then there's most parts that will not be deductible. For example, if you're, they say that the businesses generally can't deduct dues paid to a club for business, pleasure, recreation, or other social purposes. This disallowance rule takes in country clubs, golf clubs, business luncheon clubs, athletic clubs, and even airline and hotel clubs. However, you can deduct 50% of the cost of otherwise allowable business entertainment meals at the club. So again, we're talking about in 2019 or 2018 going forward, entertainment expenses are pretty much gone the way of the dodo. Okay, and so what ends up happening is food is still deductible. So if I'm taking somebody and I said, hey, look, let's go play golf. So we go out there, we play golf, we talk about your tax returns. We get done playing 18 holes. I don't know about you, I get very hungry after playing 18 holes. Okay, so I say, let's go into the bar. We're going to go ahead and we'll get some snacks, we'll get some hors d'oeuvres, and we'll finish talking about your stuff. Because maybe, I want to actually sit down on a bar napkin and explain something. I can still deduct 50% of that meal as a business expense because we're still doing business. Okay, I can't deduct 50% of the golf fees. I can't deduct 50% of the monthly fees that are attributed to this one outing that I have with you. There's a lot of things that I can't deduct, but at least if I can bifurcate it off and I can say, hey, look, I spent $20 on hors d'oeuvres so that we could sit around and talk and hors d'oeuvres and cokes, because obviously if I'm talking business, I'm not going to be drinking too much. We do that so that it's still a legitimate tax deduction in that sense. Club dues allowance generally doesn't affect dues paid to professional organizations such as bar associations, medical organizations, or public service type organizations such as the Lions, Kiwanis, or the Rotary clubs. Very good example would be chambers of commerce. I'm a member of my local chamber of commerce, the Greater Reston Area Chamber of Commerce. Great organization. I love the staff. I haven't been in attendance lately, mostly because I've been busy like you wouldn't believe. But it's a great organization to be a part of. Dues memberships paid to organizations like that, no issues. That is definitely a legitimate business expense that the IRS says you can take it as a deduction. But generally speaking, and let's be honest, I do get some personal benefits off of my commerce membership. I can go to some of those restaurants that are members of the Chamber of Commerce, and I can actually gain some pretty good discounts off of that. Does that mean that because I'm benefiting personally, do I get a tax deduction still? I do, because obviously my main purpose for joining the chamber isn't to get discounts at restaurants. The reason why I'm joining the chamber is because I want to sell my services to other people. Now, obviously, the restaurants want to do the same thing, and one of the fastest way the restaurants get people in to come into their restaurant is come enjoy some cheaper food. And so that's one of the things that they end up getting done. Keep in mind that even if the general club rules disallowance doesn't apply, there's no deduction unless you can show that the amount to pay is an ordinary and necessary business expense. Code section 162, very clear. Ordinary necessary business expense. What's ordinary necessary? Facts and circumstances, okay? Very good example. I always like to talk about this. Ordinary necessary expenses for a consultant is going to be vastly different than ordinary necessary expenses for a mechanic. Okay. Again, the mechanic is going to have different ordinary necessary expenses than a doctor is. Okay. So, and so we always take facts and circumstances into account as to whether something is ordinary necessary and whether it's actually allowable as deductible. And so we want to, we always want to take a deduction when it's possible, but we're going to stop you as professionals and say, look, I don't think you can take this because it doesn't really apply. Very good example. You want to buy camera equipment. I think this is actually very interesting. I bought a lot of equipment in order to set up to do these videos because of the business reasons. Okay, if I was doing all these videos and I was saying, oh yeah, it's part of the business, all right, and I want to write it off as part of the business, but I don't make any videos that are business related, the IRS is going to come back and they're going to deny me the deduction in order to be able to do that. So I find it very important that of course I want to shoot these videos and I want to educate the public, and I'm not doing this for a tax deduction. I'm mostly doing this because I really enjoy teaching, and I also want to get out there and let people know that I do know what I'm talking about. But in the long run, the main reason that this is a deductible expense is because this is ordinary necessary. This is a form of advertising. If I'm going out there and I'm videotaping flowers, probably not going to be deductible because I'm a CPA. Okay, I'm a CPA, so I don't have ordinary necessary deductions for videotaping flowers. That's all I've got to say about this. Again, my name is Kevin Matthews. I am the tax professor. Class is not out of session because the learning never stops. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comment box below. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and reach out to me. My website is www.betasolutionscpa.com. Again, that's www.betasolutionscpa.com. Be happy to reach out to you if you send me an email and ask for a comment on something of this. If you think it's personal and you don't want the whole world to know about it. Again, thank you very much for watching this video.